One of the most common mistakes men over 60 make is simply using too much pressure during masturbation. When you're younger, your tissues are more resilient, and your prostate can handle occasional stress without long-term issues. But after 60, the prostate becomes more sensitive and susceptible to inflammation. Over time, repeated forceful stimulation can irritate the gland, causing discomfort, swelling, or even urinary problems. Think about it like this. Have you ever over-tightened a bolt and stripped it? That's basically what happens to your prostate when it's constantly exposed to intense pressure. It's not a one-time disaster, it's cumulative. Each session adds a little more strain, and eventually, your prostate starts sending warning signs, like difficulty urinating, a sense of heaviness, or mild discomfort during or after climax. So, how do you avoid this? First, pay attention to your grip. You don't need to squeeze or force anything. Gentle, mindful movements are far more effective and safer. In fact, many men report that slower, controlled strokes actually increase pleasure while reducing strain on the prostate. It's a win-win. More comfort, less risk, and surprisingly, often a more intense experience. Another tip is switching hand positions or using lubricants. Friction and repeated trauma in the same area over and over can lead to inflammation. By changing angles or adding a high-quality water-based lubricant, you reduce unnecessary friction, allowing your prostate to stay healthy while still enjoying yourself. Here's a question for you. Have you ever finished and felt lingering discomfort in your lower abdomen or pelvis? That's often a sign your prostate has been irritated. If this happens regularly, it's time to rethink your technique. Reducing pressure and adding variation can make a huge difference in comfort and long-term prostate health. And don't forget about frequency. Overdoing it, even gently, can still irritate your prostate. Experts recommend listening to your body and spacing sessions to allow recovery. Your prostate, like any other muscle or organ, needs rest to stay healthy. Quick practical example. Instead of rushing through, try a slow, mindful approach once or twice a week, focus on sensations rather than speed, and always use a lubricant. Many men notice that after a few weeks, discomfort decreases and enjoyment actually improves. Drop a comment if you've ever experienced post-masturbation discomfort. It's more common than most men admit. And if this tip helps, smash that like button so more men can learn how to protect their prostate. Remember, this isn't about stopping sexual activity. It's about doing it smarter, not harder. By adjusting pressure, changing positions, and spacing sessions, you can protect your prostate, reduce inflammation, and keep enjoying sexual health well into your 60s and beyond. Many men over 60 think that masturbation habits alone are the only factor affecting prostate health. The truth is, your pelvic floor muscles play a huge role, and ignoring them can make problems worse. Weak or tight pelvic muscles can increase pressure on the prostate, leading to discomfort, difficulty urinating, or even chronic pelvic pain. Think of your pelvic floor like a hammock supporting your internal organs. Over time, gravity, age, and inactivity can weaken or tighten this hammock, putting extra stress on the prostate every time you climax. If you've ever felt lingering pressure in the lower abdomen or pelvic area after ejaculation, that's often your pelvic floor sending a warning signal. So, what can you do? Pelvic floor exercises aren't just for younger men or women, they're essential for men over 60. Kegel exercises, for example, strengthen the muscles supporting the bladder and prostate, reducing strain during sexual activity, and even improving urinary control. Start small. Contract the muscles you'd use to stop urinating midstream, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and repeat 10 to 15 times a day. Over a few weeks, you'll notice a difference in stability, comfort, and even sexual performance. Another overlooked factor is posture and positioning during masturbation. Sitting or lying in positions that compress the pelvic area can put unnecessary pressure on the prostate. Try experimenting with positions that allow your pelvic area to relax. This can drastically reduce discomfort and support long-term prostate health. Let's also talk about breathing and relaxation. Many men tense up unconsciously during sexual activity, which adds pressure to the pelvic region. By focusing on slow, deep breathing and consciously relaxing your pelvic muscles, you reduce stress on the prostate and enhance pleasure. Simple mindfulness techniques like this are free, easy, and surprisingly effective. Here's a question for you. Have you ever finished and felt tension or pressure in your perineum or lower back? That's a red flag. Ignoring it may not cause immediate pain, but over months and years, it contributes to chronic inflammation and discomfort. Taking a few minutes each day for pelvic health exercises can prevent these problems before they become serious. Practical tip: combine lubrication, gentle technique, and pelvic floor exercises for the ultimate protective routine. For example, try a session where you focus on slow stimulation while performing subtle Kegel contractions. Not only does this reduce prostate stress, but many men report improved orgasm intensity over time. If you've noticed persistent pelvic discomfort, drop a comment below. It's more common than you think, and discussing it helps break the stigma. And don't forget, hit the like button if you found this tip helpful. Small adjustments like these can make a huge difference in comfort, performance, and long-term health. Protecting your prostate isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about actively strengthening and supporting it from the inside out. When you incorporate these exercises and awareness into your routine, you'll feel more in control, experience less pain, and enjoy sexual activity without unnecessary strain. Another big mistake men over 60 often make is not paying attention to how often they masturbate. Many guys assume more is always better, or that less is harmless, but both extremes can negatively impact prostate health. Let's start with overdoing it. Frequent, high-intensity sessions can irritate the prostate even if your technique is perfect. Think about it. The prostate is a small gland, and after 60, it doesn't recover as quickly as it once did. Constant stimulation can cause inflammation, soreness, or urinary discomfort, and over time, it may increase your risk of chronic prostatitis, a condition that's far more common than most men realize. On the other hand, going too long without ejaculation isn't ideal either. Research suggests that infrequent release can contribute to fluid buildup, mild swelling, and even discomfort. The prostate relies on regular activity to maintain healthy circulation and function. So, balance is key. Here's the question: what's the sweet spot? While there's no one-size-fits-all number, most experts agree that moderate frequency, combined with gentle technique, is the safest approach for men over 60. This might mean every 2 to 3 days instead of multiple times a day, depending on how your body feels. Listen to your prostate. If you feel tenderness or pressure, give it a break. Recovery is part of staying healthy. Another important aspect is how quickly you go from arousal to climax. Rushing can put extra strain on the prostate and pelvic floor. Slow, mindful sessions allow blood flow to remain steady, reduce tissue stress, and often result in stronger, more satisfying orgasms. It's about quality, not quantity. Practical tip: track how your body responds. Keep a simple mental note or journal of frequency, intensity, and any post-session discomfort. Over a few weeks, you'll discover the rhythm that keeps your prostate healthy and your sexual performance optimal. And here's a simple lifestyle tweak. Hydration and diet matter more than most men think. Drinking enough water, eating anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, berries, and omega-3 rich fish, and limiting processed foods can reduce prostate irritation. When your body is well nourished, your prostate heals faster, and discomfort decreases. So what's the takeaway? Pay attention to frequency, intensity, and body signals. Overstimulating or neglecting your prostate can both cause long-term issues, but finding a balanced routine protects your health while still letting you enjoy sexual activity fully. Quick engagement check. Drop a comment if you've noticed how your body responds to different frequencies. This helps others understand they're not alone. And if this tip makes sense, hit that like button to support more videos that tackle real men's health issues. By now, you should start seeing a pattern. Prostate-friendly masturbation isn't about stopping. It's about smart habits, awareness, and balance. With these adjustments, you're reducing risk, improving comfort, and protecting long-term sexual health. Many men over 60 don't realize that friction and dryness can silently damage the prostate. Over time, repeated dry stimulation increases irritation, micro tears, and inflammation in the tissues surrounding the prostate. You might not notice it immediately, but months of consistent friction without lubrication can contribute to discomfort, urinary issues, and even chronic prostatitis. Think about it. When your skin or tissues are dry, they endure extra strain with every movement. The same principle applies internally. Your prostate and surrounding muscles experience unnecessary stress. And after 60, the body's natural lubrication decreases, making dryness a bigger problem than it was in your 30s or 40s. Here's the fix. Use high-quality, water-based lubricants. These reduce friction, allow smoother movement, and help your tissues recover faster. Silicone-based lubricants work well too, but water-based ones are often gentler on sensitive skin and easier to clean up. The goal isn't just comfort. It's protecting your prostate from unnecessary micro-injuries that accumulate over time. Another tip, don't just slather it on. Apply moderate amounts and reapply if needed. Too little lubricant defeats the purpose, and too much can reduce sensation and control. The key is balance, enough to reduce friction, but still allowing controlled, mindful stimulation. Now let's talk about duration and technique. Long, repetitive sessions without breaks, even with lubrication, can still stress the prostate. Combine lubrication with pauses and slower strokes, giving the prostate a moment to recover. This approach reduces inflammation risk, increases comfort, and often enhances orgasm quality. Here's a practical example. Try a session where you focus on gentle, lubricated movements with a short pause halfway through. Many men report less soreness afterward, better control, and a stronger overall experience. It's a small adjustment that makes a big difference. Rhetorical question time. Have you ever finished and noticed lingering pressure or mild discomfort in the lower abdomen? If yes, lubrication, or the lack of it, could be a major factor. Addressing this simple detail often solves problems that men have struggled with for years. Engagement booster. If you've ever skipped lube and regretted it, drop a comment below. Sharing experiences helps others realize they're not alone. And don't forget to hit that like button if this tip helps. You'd be surprised how many men over 60 benefit from this simple adjustment. Finally, remember, lubrication isn't just about pleasure. It's a key step in maintaining long-term prostate health, reducing inflammation, and making sexual activity enjoyable rather than uncomfortable. Pair this with proper technique, balanced frequency, and pelvic health awareness, and you're giving your prostate the best possible protection. All right, let's wrap this up and bring everything together. If you're over 60, protecting your prostate isn't optional. It's essential for comfort, sexual health, and overall well-being. Throughout this video, we've covered some of the most common mistakes men make when it comes to masturbation, and more importantly, how to avoid them. First, pressure matters. Using too much force can irritate your prostate, but gentle, mindful stimulation with the right technique is safe and even more satisfying. Next, we discuss the importance of pelvic health. Weak or tense pelvic floor muscles can put unnecessary strain on the prostate, so exercises like Kegels and proper relaxation are crucial. We also talked about frequency. Overdoing it, or neglecting ejaculation entirely, can both have negative effects. Finding a balance that suits your body, combined with slow, mindful sessions, allows your prostate to stay healthy while keeping sexual pleasure intact. And don't forget about lubrication, something so simple, yet so often overlooked. Proper lubrication reduces friction, prevents micro-injuries, and makes the experience far more comfortable and safe. Now here's the key takeaway. None of these tips are meant to restrict your sexual activity. On the contrary, they're about doing it smarter, with awareness and care, so that you can enjoy intimacy without compromising your health. Your prostate, your pelvic floor, and your overall sexual well-being are all connected. By adopting these habits, you're not just preventing discomfort, you're actively supporting long-term vitality and quality of life. Imagine this. A few weeks from now, you implement these changes. You notice less pelvic pressure, smoother urinary function, and more enjoyable, stress-free sexual experiences. That's not just wishful thinking, it's entirely achievable with small, consistent adjustments. And the beauty is, these are habits you can start today, right now. So, take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Which areas do you need to improve? Are you ready to adjust technique, strengthen your pelvic floor, manage frequency, and use proper lubrication? The sooner you start, the faster you'll see results, and the more confident and comfortable you'll feel in your body. Drop a comment below and share which tip you're going to start with first. I want to hear from you. And if you've learned something new today, hit that like button to help other men discover these essential prostate health strategies. Remember, age is just a number, but taking care of your body is a choice. By being proactive and mindful, you're giving yourself the chance to maintain sexual health, comfort, and vitality well into your later years. Your prostate deserves attention, and your future self will thank you for making these small but powerful changes today. So, let's bring everything together. We've covered some of the most common mistakes men over 60 make when it comes to masturbation, and how those habits can silently damage the prostate over time. Maybe some of these points surprised you. Maybe you recognized yourself in a few of them. That's okay. Awareness is the first step to making real changes. What matters is that you now have the knowledge and tools to protect one of the most important parts of your health as you age. Think about it. Your prostate doesn't just affect your sexual function. It influences your urinary health, your comfort, even your confidence. When it's healthy, you feel better in almost every area of your life. When it's neglected, that's when discomfort, complications, and even serious risks start to appear. And the truth is, a lot of those risks can be reduced by small, mindful changes in the way you treat your body. Over these last few minutes, we've seen that something as private and personal as masturbation isn't just about pleasure. It's about health. The frequency matters. The technique matters. The awareness of your body matters. And when you respect those factors, you give yourself a huge advantage in maintaining not only prostate health, but also vitality, energy, and long-term well-being. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, which of these mistakes are you guilty of? Do you sometimes overdo it without realizing the strain it puts on your prostate? Do you ignore the signs your body is giving you? Or maybe you simply never connected this habit to your long-term health until today. The good news is, it's never too late to adjust. Whether you're 60, 65, 70, or beyond, the body responds positively when you start giving it the care it deserves. Imagine the difference it makes when you're more in tune with your body, when you balance your sexual habits, when you add supportive foods and lifestyle changes, when you listen to what your prostate is telling you. Instead of silently struggling with discomfort or uncertainty, you feel more control, more freedom, and more confidence. That's powerful. That's the kind of change that improves not only your health, but also your daily life, your relationships, and your peace of mind. So here's my challenge for you. Don't just watch this video and forget about it. Take one thing you learned today and put it into practice this week. Maybe it's adjusting your frequency. Maybe it's taking longer breaks and focusing on quality rather than rushing. Maybe it's simply booking that overdue checkup with your doctor. Small steps lead to big changes when it comes to health, especially at this stage of life. And as always, remember, you are not alone on this journey. Millions of men over 60 are dealing with the same questions, the same habits, and the same challenges. By talking about it openly and making better choices, you not only help yourself, but you also inspire others to do the same. Stay consistent, stay mindful, and never underestimate the value of taking care of yourself. Your prostate, your body, and your future self will thank you for it. And that's where we'll wrap it up for today. If you've made it this far, give yourself some credit. Not everyone is willing to have this conversation, let alone take steps to improve their prostate health. But you're here, you've invested your time, and that tells me you care about living stronger, healthier, and longer. Now, before you click away, here's what I want you to do. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. This channel is all about men's health, longevity, and vitality, especially for men over 40, 50, and 60. Every week, we dive into topics that most people are too shy to talk about, but that can make a massive difference in your life. You don't want to miss out, and subscribing is the easiest way to make sure you stay in the loop. Second, if this video gave you even one useful insight, tap the like button. It helps this video reach more men who need this information, and honestly, it tells me that this kind of content matters to you. That simple click lets me know I should keep bringing you practical, science-backed tips on sensitive but important topics. Third, drop a comment below. Tell me which point hit home for you the most today. Was there a mistake you realized you've been making? Was there a tip that you're planning to put into practice right away? I read through your comments, and it's always inspiring to see men sharing their experiences and learning from each other. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step. And finally, don't stop here. If you're serious about improving your health, I've got plenty more videos that will guide you through everything from natural remedies for prostate support, to exercises that boost testosterone, to lifestyle habits that keep you strong well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. I'll link one right here on the screen. Go watch it next and keep building on what you've learned today. Remember, knowledge only becomes powerful when you act on it. You've got the tools now, so use them. Whether it's being mindful of your habits, making smarter lifestyle choices, or just being more open about men's health, each small action adds up to a bigger, healthier future. Take care of yourself, stay consistent, and stay strong. This is your time to not only age, but age well, with energy, confidence, and control over your body. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.